getting high productivity from Poljan when they've gone to her today.
Becka came to us without much experience, but has grown in the game every year. She's a dynamic athlete. I think everybody can attest to her speed and her ability, but she plays with such great enthusiasm and fire. In size, she's 6'2", so for a middle that might be somewhat small in the Big Ten, but she can jump really high and she can get there.
In the middle, that's the kind of connection Kathy George wants to see.
Well, and Poljan is so fast, and she's off the floor and hits a heavy ball.
I don't know if I know anybody that works as hard as Becka does every play. She brings this different kind of light and excitement and energy. Not just to the volleyball court, but just to everyone's lives. Community service is really big for her, but I don't think it's something that she considers as like something that she has to do. It's something that she really, really feels like she wants to do, and it's her way to give back.
I grew up in the Catholic Church. My family has been like super oriented in service. That's something that you learn growing up with 6 siblings. The world's not all about you.
She has a bunch of brothers that play college athletics, and she's in there with all these siblings, and she lives on a farm, and she's grown up with a work ethic that, you know, I think you can see in everything that she does.
My dad played football at Central Michigan, and my mom played at Indiana. She's in the Hall of Fame as a pitcher.
Athletics does not make a character. It just gives you a chance to build it. We never went on big vacations. We did mission trips instead of family vacations to Florida or something like that.
I went to Lansing Catholic High School, which is literally 2 miles down the road. We had alternative spring break trips where it was through Habitat for Humanity. Montgomery, Alabama, when I went down there, one year I was roofing all week, so we were scraping shingles off a roof. Another year we were working on a house that literally was supported by like cinder blocks, and like cinder blocks, they were like slipping out, so their house was like in danger of falling down, and we got to like replace the whole floor and like put like supports back in.
We have to have a mind outside of ourselves, and we talk about that all the time, and you know, so Becka does that just all the time, and everything she's done, and it's continued to grow over year after year.
Spring break, freshman year, all these other college students, we're all going. We're going to have fun, we're going to enjoy our break, and Becka's like, I'm actually gonna go and I'm gonna do community service.
Spring of 2019. Tupelo, Mississippi, another Habitat for Humanity home. I remember the homeowner, this was like her chance, her break to like give her family like a new spot to live. When we were there, we were plastering. If anybody knows anything about plastering, it's not a great process. You're sanding, you're mudding, you're sanding again, mudding again. You have the masks on, it's hot. There's something about shared experience, and you're just in the fight together.
She just took to the people aspect quite a bit. Not just the person being helped, but also that community idea of all the people who were there helping.
It's really easy to just like go and do work, but it's not just about that. It's also about connecting with people along the way. I went to Costa Rica through an organization called Focus. I wanted to like go to Costa Rica, serve people in the process, and just have a great spring break. I got up every single morning to watch the sunrise because I was like, you're only in Costa Rica once, Becka, like it's fine. So I would get up like hours before everybody else. There's a family with a boy who was disabled, so we were building a path for them because the path leading up to his house was probably like this wide and so bumpy that you couldn't wheel their wheelchair down. So he hadn't left his house in so long. I think for 3 days straight, I was just carrying buckets of like pea gravel and concrete.
Becka is one of the people that is always a reminder of that you're working hard, not for yourself and not only for the team, but we represent something greater, being student athletes.
If there's anything that service has taught me, it's just like perspective. It changes everything about like how you think on the court. It's like about my teammates and not about my own success.
Her path may lead her to do some full-time mission work at some point in her life that can be in a hospital, working as a nurse, that can be on a volleyball court with a group of middle schoolers. Like, wherever you are is where your mission is.
The things that she's become involved in, you know, you want to say, hey, I'm more than just a volleyball player. I do things for people, and so that's the giving nature that she has and the kind of influence she wants to have everywhere she goes.